Hello all, I am Anand Vedula. I am an owner and resident of an apartment in Shriram Samruddhi Apartments, which is in Tubarhalli near Kundanhalli Underpass, Whitefield, Bangalore. And I am posting this video to let you all know about the issues which I am facing because of my apartment association for the last 6 years. So, coming to a brief history of myself and from when I am living in this apartment and in Bangalore. I moved to Bangalore in early 2017 and then I purchased an apartment in this apartment society, Shriram Samruddhi Apartments, in August 2017. And later I brought my vehicles to park and to use in my to park in my car parking and for my regular commute. So I have an electric car and an electric scooter, which the bike which I have been using since 2011, and the car which I bought in 2016, just before shifting from Hyderabad to Bangalore. Yeah, and eventually I have moved all my vehicles from Hyderabad to Bangalore. So the issue is my apartment association is not allowing me to park all my vehicles within my car boundaries, my car parking boundaries. When I purchased or when I came as a tenant first, the car parking boundaries were marked by the builder. And later, when I purchased it's the same boundaries, I've seen that it's big size car parking which can fit in my big car, which is my Mahindra Xylo, which is an 8-seater SUV, and my small car, which is a Mahindra E2 electric car, which is a two-door, four-seater small car, and my two-wheelers. So, though my car parking is in a very odd shape, and it is little difficult to use because I have to negotiate through. I have to negotiate four pillars and then take a left turn and then again go inside and then adjust my car. And this is the daily hassle for me. Though it is inconvenient, I have a convenience that it is big enough to accommodate all my vehicles. Playing a video to show how my car parking looks, the location of my car parking and how it is.
Now this is the pathway to my car parking. Left side it is E902 car parking. Straight. I have to take a left turn like this to park
To
the car.
negotiate those four pillars and take a left turn.
This one is
car parking.
F304.
So
I have to come this way.
Also, I have to be very careful and then
take a left.
There. So I have
So
to
there
avoid
are
that.
two more car parkings.
Take a left turn.
This
And
E902.
markings are done by the builder.
Clear demarcation.
This is another car park.
This belongs to E902. Coming back. E902. This is E604.
This looks like park.
This is E901.
Car park as given by the builder.
Marking from E602.
As you can see, the lines are there.
E901.
When I purchased, these lines were
Clear
there.
demarcation is there.
Within my boundaries.
And then this is the pathway to
no
F block.
obstructing the pathway also.
See, my vehicles are not in the way.
And
Well
I'm
within my
parking
boundaries.
a big car, a small car,
This is
my
my
bikes,
parking,
my cycle,
E901.
everything within my car parking boundaries.
There is no walkway here. This is
the car parking. Officially, there is no walkway
E602.
from here, but because a small car is parked here, people use this path. They
This
walk
E602
beside
car
the
parking.
They use this path.
So my
walk
vehicles
and
are within my
sometimes
limit.
take their vehicles
And then
to
three
bikes or,
parkings outside at
cycles.
603
But
and
there's no
F302.
walkways because all this area is covered by car parking.
So my cars are and my vehicles are well within my boundary.
Narrating,
See the
my
boundary
vehicles
lines.
I'm parking well within my boundaries, which is
These
shown.
were drawn by the builder.
So I have
And
paid
this is sold to
2.5
me.
lakhs for this car
The
parking.
clear
and the first
marking
owner
between
of
this is
this
E302,
apartment has paid
this
one
is
and a half lakh rupees
F603,
to purchase a car
goes till
parking, and
here,
he was
and
allotted
this
this.
is E901, mine, which is covered car parking
But
inside.
my association
And
has a
I'm
big
parking
problem.
my vehicles
They are
inside my
claiming
boundary,
that I cannot
and this is
park
not obstructing
two
anyone.
cars and three bikes, and my car parking rights are limited to only one car and two bikes, and that I have to rent out a car
Okay.
parking from either from
So
an
my vehicles are within
association
my
or
boundary, and that is my
from any
exit road.
other owner to park my second car. So that is their claim. But as you can see, it's not obstructing anyone and it is difficult to use. As you can see, there are four pillars here and a pillar here. My big car exactly fits between these two pillars, and I have to take it this way, then take a left turn and then park it there. Same for the other car. And then removing is difficult because there's a car that is parked here also. I have to see that I don't touch that car, this pillar. I have to take it in a crossed way, then come out, avoid touching this, avoid touching these pillars, and then come out. So this is the slot that is allotted to me. And the second issue is, as you can see, I have an electric car and an electric bike. So in 2018, when I shifted my electric bike first, I have asked the association members to allow me to extend my power from my meter to my car parking and then put a charging point. They initially denied, saying that Bescom will not approve such a connection. Then I took permission from Bescom subdivision. He first gave verbal permission, after which I extended a wire from my apartment to my car parking and installed a socket and used it peacefully for 2.5 years. Then they said that I cannot run from my apartment. I have to take from the panel room. So I engaged the society's electrician, pulled it down from my apartment and then connected to my meter and then extended the same. So changed the source point to my meter in the panel room, and I was using it peacefully. Later, I had a dispute with my association's president, secretary, and few office bearers who where I questioned their additional car parkings, which they purchased through supplemental deed, and I discovered a lot about the car parking scam that happened for many years from 2007 to 2015. So when I questioned them, they got agitated. They said that I cannot charge my EV uh, using my electricity in my car parking, and they claimed that all this area belongs to association. It's common area, and they have given me a notice and then they removed my charging point. So this is what they did. These are my association members on that day. In August 2020, same place, car parking. They brought all the society's security and electricians and then they removed the charging point, which is nothing but a regular 15 amp socket. And they are enforcing me. They on that day they have installed two commercial charging points in maintenance office, and they are enforcing me and all the other EV owners to go and charge there. So I told them that this is not going to sustain. This is not the way EVs will be. This will not scale up to massive EV adoption. Like, what if 10% of residents out of 504, what if 50 residents want to buy an EV and charge? But they are in no mood to listen. So they used all their force and might, and then they have removed my charging point. For which I have escalated this to Bescom and to the government authorities, and I have even filed a court case. And though my case is going on, there is an order from the Karnataka High Court and there is an order from the Karnataka Electricity Regulatory Commission in 2024 and a High Court order in 2023 saying that an EV owner has a right to charge his EV in his own car parking. And in this case, even Bescom has supported me. They have offered me to give a separate meter for my car park, but the association is not allowing me to put my charging point. So this is to tell on the reasons what on um the series of events which happened, the series of scams and mismanagements which happened, which triggered all the which triggered all these issues. And as of today, everyone who was involved directly or indirectly or got benefited because of a car parking scam are still not allowing me to put my charging point. They still want me to go to court and get an order, which is a lengthy but a time taking process, but which will happen. But they want to deny private EV charging just because I questioned their car parking allotment. There is no other reason. Because now the KERC, which is the final authority in Karnataka, has given clear orders saying that EV owners can, they gave three options. I can extend my existing extend wire from my existing meter, okay, and sanction meter, and then install a charging point and use it with my domestic connection with the existing load. Second option, I can do the same thing, extend, and I can even enhance my sanction load, which will be done by Bescom. And as a third option, I can opt for a separate meter, which is at a lower tariff, which can be used only for EV, and I can use it to charge my EV. All I need is a convenient charging point in my own car parking area, but to which the association or the so-called association members are objecting and trying to do everything to deny or delay this forever or for as long as possible. So I'll come to that on what happened and on the issues that have happened in the past and that has triggered this. And I was nowhere involved in everything that happened from 2007 to 17. But unfortunately, because I have questioned them, they have clamped my vehicles earlier, which they were troubling me to park two cars. First thing, this is not a car park in the BDS sanction drawing, but still when I'm trying to resolve the issue internally and trying to utilize my full parking space, they are creating issues there, and then they are not allowing me to put my charging point back. Coming to the history of the issue, the entire issue, this is started by Shriram Properties Limited. You see, they have the you see at the drawing. This is the drawing that is approved by the Bangalore Development Authority in 2004. See it clearly. I need to go into details of this car parking because this is directly related to the issue which I am facing. Because I have asked few questions, I am into this trouble. And then there are people who are working full time to deny me a private EV charging point and to trouble me in car parking. This is because if you see, I got this information via RTI. Filed an RTI to BDA and then they gave me the drawings which were sanctioned by them. This is my apartment complex. This is on Vartur main road between Marthalli and Vartur, and the Kundanhalli underpass comes here, somewhere here. There's an Apollo clinic. This mud road is the Vibjor road now, and this is my apartment complex. This is one block which is on the road, and then this is the other block which is inside on the Vibjor road. As you can see here, all the car parking slots are enumerated. See, this says 48 visitor car parkings. Zoom in and see clearly. All car parkings are of the same dimensions, 6 meters in length and 3 meters in width. So that is the standard approval given by BDA. See, 6 meters in length. You pick up any car parking, it is of the same size. And then there is a number here. 3 meter cross 6 meter. So there are 190 open car parkings in block A and 48 open car parkings in block B. This is as per the BDA approved drawing. But later, people living in Sai Baba Temple Road and in this Vijaya Road pages, they know that there's a common road. So the builder has to leave a common road to Hinduja Park and Vishnu Enclave and there's a small gate over here. So a road is left for common use of Hinduja and Vishnu Enclave and Shriram Samruddhi also. And because of that road, which extends from here to here, around 48 car parkings are lost. So as per the BDA approved drawing, there should be only 190 car parkings as per this drawing. And if you can see here, wherever at every point, the as per the approved plan, there should be a 6-meter free driveway around the periphery of the building. This is mainly for the fire truck to pass, and wherever and at every point where there cannot be 6-meter width if the car parking is like this, parallel car parks are converted to serial car parks in the approved drawing, so that the minimum requirement of 6-meter width is maintained. This was done by the builder and this is approved by BDA. So at every point, wherever there is a chance of the building boundary to the wall, the is more than is less than 6 meters. If it includes a car parking, the car parkings are moved to the other side, so that to the parallel car parks are converted to serial car parks. So this is the drawing that is sanctioned. And the second drawing, this is the covered car parking drawing in block A. In block B, there are no covered car parkings. It's only open car parking. See here also, you see all the car parkings are of one standard size, 3 meter by 6 meter, and then all car parkings are enumerated. So ideally, the builder is supposed to draw physical markings as per this drawing, which he did not do. So coming to the scam that is done by the Shriram Builders, Shriram Properties Limited in 2007. So if you see, this is the deed of declaration. So he started selling the apartments in sometime in January or February 2007, and then he registered a deed of declaration in the Vartur sub-registrar office. If you see the deed of declaration, the declarants are this has three declarants and then one confirming party. So four entities are party to this document. Okay? And the association since 2007 is running based on this document. If you see all the general body meetings, the bylaws and everything refers to this document number, this 3040 of 2007-8. And this is a 164-page document. I'll come to that. You see the deed of declaration. It is declared by three joint declarants, 1, 2, and 3, and these three entities are the landowners. So they have purchased the land from different landowners, and they are the owners of the land as of 2007, and they have given a joint development agreement to Shriram Properties Limited, which is the confirming party. So only these four entities are parties to this document. So, but by this time, by September 5th, 2007, when this is registered, 396 apartments out of 504 apartments are already sold to different owners. But none of those owners are made party to this document. So that is flaw number one. So when a builder registers a deed of declaration document, every owner of the entire premises, like every owner should be a party to the document. So because 108 apartments which are unsold, so the builder, because he didn't take the approval for the sold apartments, he is representing only the unsold apartments. So he owns or he has ownership of only 108 apartments. And then he claims that he has submitted the entire premises under the Karnataka Apartment Ownership Act 1972. This is also questionable because to submit, he has to take consent from all the owners of the apartments, which he didn't do. Coming down, that is flaw number one. He didn't make the apartment owners as party to the deed of declaration document. It is signed by only four parties, out of which three are landowners and one builder, and all four are represented by a common GPA holder. So just the GPA holder went to the Worktur sub registrar office and registered this one document. This contains all the details of the land records, the history, the number of buildings made, the building plans, plan approval, and all. Then I'm coming to the second flaw. This is just documentation, so there's nothing much to see here. This is the second flaw. So, as per the Karnataka Apartment Ownership Act 1972, the deed of declaration must contain all the approved drawings, which includes the car parking drawings, the floor plans, the elevation plans, and every drawing that is approved. You see here in the registered document, see this is the registered document as digitally certified copy of the registered document, which I got it from the Kaveri website. Anyone can scan this code or go to Kaveri website and then give this document number and then download this. So this is a public document. So if you see page number 18 has one drawing, which is drawing number 1 of 23, which is approved by the BDA. But if you see the document that is scanned, it is very unclear. The details of the document are missing. Lot of car parkings are overridden here, so we cannot make out how many car parkings are there. It is blackened, and this is done. This is done with an intention to scam the residents later. I'll tell how. See, only out of 23, only one drawing is present here. Okay? But if you go to the sanctioned drawings, there are 23 drawings which I could get from RTA. You see, drawing number 1. This is the drawing that is attached. And I got a very clear drawing from BDA, whereas the builder who himself submitted and got this permission of the he didn't scan the blueprints of the drawing properly. All this portion is blackened. Okay? So then he has created car parkings in these driveways. He has created car parkings here. All these parallel car parkings are converted to serial so that he can fit in more. Some car parking slots are squeezed to lesser dimensions so that he can fit more and he can sell more. I'll come to those details later, but you can see that drawing number 2, this is missing. This is the second flaw. Drawing number 3. So there are 23 drawings of the association of the apartment complex, which is sanctioned by the BDA. You pick up any drawing, you can see the drawing number. This is 4 of 23. 25 is a typo. 4 of 23. So there are 23 drawings. And he's supposed to hand over all these drawings to the association. Seven of 23. We have total 14 of 23. So this belong to the block A and block B. So there are 23 such drawings. All the elevation drawings, car parking drawings, and everything. But During the handover, he has given a completely different drawing. So the flaw number 2 is he has not included all the 23 sanction drawing in the deed of declaration. This is the second flaw. I'll come to the as-built drawing later. Okay. Then the details of the apartment. See, you can see he has sold all these apartments. So this is Schedule C. He mentioned the sale deed numbers and the other details like apartment area and all. Mainly, we need the sale deed numbers. So he mentioned all that. He mentioned the details of all the sales that happened till the date of this declaration. See, he mentioned all, and for unsold flats, he left like this that we sold to the confirmation party, and then he mentioned the car parking numbers also as per the allotment. Here he made the third flaw. So this is a huge list. See, this is appendix to Schedule C. So the car parking is also a Schedule C property. But my apartment association, the management committee, they are claiming that car parking is common area, even if after I have purchased it. So I'll come to that. See, you see my purchase agreement. I am the second buyer of this apartment. Um, the first owner, Mr. Ashok, he purchased this in 2007. So this is his allotment letter where it is clearly said that he has paid 1,50,000 for for a covered car parking. So this is illogical. Like after someone pays and purchases something, how can it be association's common area? So which they have to explain. But they even today they claim that all car parking area belongs to the association and they have a right to decide the number of vehicles you park in your car parking, and they have a right to decide whether you can have a separate EV charging point, a private EV charging point in your car parking or not. Even after a clear order from the Karnataka Electricity Regulatory Commission (KERC) and a High Court order from the Karnataka High Court on a writ petition, on which both of them support private EV charging for EV owners in their own car parking. And there is also amendment in the Electricity Consumer Right to Consumer Acts in 2024, which says that you have a right, any individual living in an apartment society can have a separate EV charging point. Even after all these three strong supporting documents and many other recommendations from Niti Aayog, Ministry of Power, and Bureau of Energy Efficiency and BESCOM, even after the support for private EV charging and the rules for private EV charging given by the central government, the state government, and the court, High Court, these people are not letting me to put my private charging point. They have removed the charging point in 2020 and then enforcing all the EV owners to use common charging points, which is inconvenient. So if you see this, I have purchased my car parking, and in the confirmation deed also, there's a cost sheet which says that he has purchased, paid 1,50,000 for this car parking and purchased it. Then there is agreement to build, agreement to sell, and then we'll come back to the and his sale deed, and then we'll come back to the deed of declaration. In the deed of declaration, now I'm coming to the third flaw, which is done by the Shriram builders. You see, he mentioned he should have mentioned the allotment number of the slot, not the apartment number. For example, for A101, it's a covered car parking. So the first letter C or O tells whether it is covered or open, and the remaining part of the enumeration is just the flat number. So it says C101. It doesn't say where the car parking is located. Ideally, for CA101, we should have referred saying that it is drawing number 2 and slot number something as per the allotment. For example, if for A101 this is allotted, it should have been the enumeration should have been drawing number 2 and slot number 218. For open car parkings, it should be drawing number 1 and the parking number as per the allotment, which he did not do. So he made some markings which is not as per the BDA approved drawing, and purposefully he didn't give the allotment number. So this is always a dispute. So anyone can claim any place as their car parking. We only have to rely on the physical markings and the physically marked yellow lines and the allotment number and the flat number which is marked on the pillars and walls where the car parkings are located. So this is the third flaw he did. Okay, and he mentioned here. Then the coming to the fourth flaw, after mentioning all this, he mentioned the total number of car parkings, which roughly match with the BDS sanctioned drawings. If you see drawing number 1 in BDS sanctioned drawing, it says 190 open car parkings plus 48 visitor car parkings. But because of the land that is lost to Hinduja and I mean the common road which is left for common access for Shriram Samruddhi, Hinduja, and Vishnu Enclave, and also a common walkway between Sai Baba Temple Road and Vijaya Road. 48 car parkings are given away. So we have 190 covered, 190 open car parkings and 360 covered car parkings, which are mentioned. This is the total number of car parking. Now, my association claims that because this para or this point is mentioned in Schedule D, they are claiming that all car parkings are society's common area, and they have a right to tell, or they claim to have a right to tell which apartment owner is eligible to park one car and two bikes, and which apartment owner is eligible to park two cars and four bikes. This is based on another drawing, which is the fabricated drawing that is given by Shriram Builders. This one. So they are claiming that all the apartment owners have to follow this drawing. This one. You see, this document is undated and this is not approved by any competent authority. And with the information which I have, which I'll be sharing later, I have evidence saying that this drawing didn't exist till September 2015. This was prepared sometime after September 2015. You see, this drawing doesn't have any drawing number, any reference, any sanctioned stamp. All it has is one rubber seal of Shriram Properties Limited and some signature. You see, in this drawing, this is the drawing. As per this drawing, my car parking is here, and as per the physical marking which you can have seen, there's a line drawn from here to here, this point to this point, this point to this point, like this, like this. So this is given to me, and I have to bring my car like this, negotiate these four pillars without touching these four pillars. I have to take a left turn, and without touching this car and this pillar and this pillar, I have to come here and then park here. And if you see the drawing number 2, which is sanctioned by BDA, this parking doesn't exist. This one doesn't exist. These two don't exist. Only one car parking exists here. These one, two, three, four, five, six car parkings are not there in the BDA sanction drawing. Even these car parkings which are outside, these are also not there in the BDA sanction drawing. This is the common road that is left for Hinduja and Vishnu Enclave. And if you see here, everywhere where there's the BDA has sanctioned parallel car parkings here because to give the 6 meter pathway. But then by turning them to serial car parking, some more car parkings have added here. The area which is lost because of the common road, here also some car parkings are created. So the 6 meter driveway is gone. So if a fire truck comes, it cannot make a turn here. There's a ramp here. It is very difficult. It cannot make a turn here. See here, these are the driveways, and then car parking slots are created here. This is another fireway, and then car parking slots are created here. Here there are facility rooms which don't exist in the BDA approved drawing. So some car parkings are moved out, and then a construction is made here in the basement. There are many flaws. Like any engineer can tell that. I'm not going into too many details, but as per the approved plan, this is the entrance and this is the exit. But that is swapped, and then here there should be only one row of car parks, but there are two. There are no car parkings in this area as per the BDA approved drawing. So lot of changes were made, and then there are twin car parkings. In the BDA approved drawing, all car parkings are of same 3 meter by 6 meter dimension. But here, if you see, the car parking belonging to apartment owner of A402, who was the first president of the association, there are two blocks. See like this. Car parking is somewhere here. These car parking. As per BDA sanction drawing, there is only one box, but there are two boxes, and as per the association, only these people are allowed to park two cars. So they made this as they declared this as two slots with the same number. But if you see in the DOD, which they claim to follow, so they are claiming that they are strictly bound by the submissions in the deed of declaration. But if you see here in the car parking, there is no mention of single car park or twin car park. It is just the first letter denotes whether it is open or covered, and the next number is apartment's number, like N901. As per this DOD, N901 has only one covered car park. But later, he purchased another open car park which is created in this common area and then added that as O901. So NC. So now today, the owner of N901 has two car parks. One along with this first purchase, and the second one is as per his the supplemental deed. So he was the secretary of the association on that day, and he was the one. He is one of them, one of the people in this video. So among these people, some of them have additional car parkings which they purchase. Some of them help the builder to sell more car parkings. And I'll come into the points of how it was done later. So this is the third flaw. So far I've shown three flaws in the deed of declaration document. First flaw is that all the apartment owners are not party to the declaration. Only the developers and only the landlords and the builder are the declarants. Second flaw is that all the drawings are not part of the deed of declaration, which is mandatory as per the Karnataka Apartment Ownership Act 1972. That is not done. Out of 23 drawings, only one drawing is put, and that too it is not clear. Lot of space is blackened, so that it is very difficult to It is impossible to extract the drawing number from that document. Third part is this: the allotment should be done as per the approved drawing, and then along with the apartment name, the drawing number and the slot number should be mentioned here in the deed of declaration and in the individual sale deeds, which is not done. The builder has completely deviated from the sanctioned drawings and then drawn and sold car parkings, which is and sold more than the declared number of car parkings. With that, he created a lot of congested car parkings, lot of inconvenient car parkings like mine, which is in very corner, very difficult to navigate spaces, and he compressed some car parkings to generate more space, and then he sold them with supplemental deeds. He converted all the parallel car parks to serial so that he can get more space, and in that, and he has created car parkings in the driveways. He created car parkings in front of fire hydrants where it is not supposed to be there. In that way he created and sold more number of car parkings than declared, and then some additional car parkings from for visitors. So he declared 360 plus 190, but today there are 686 car parkings in the complex. So it is 136 additional car parkings which are there. And the apartment association members or the committee members are insisting that I can park only one car and two bikes because as per this drawing, which is created later. And because I have questioned the additional car parkings of such owners, like the owner of N902, which is not this person, he has sold it. He has sold it to another owner. The later buyer, who was the apartment's secretary in 2020, and the apartment's president, the president on that day he could park three cars, two in his own car parking, like a twin car parking, and an additional car parking which he purchased through a supplemental deed. So when I questioned the rationale behind their additional allotment and the restriction that why should I park only one car when I'm going through a lot of inconvenience, they didn't answer the question, but they went to the panel room, cut my EV wire, then locked the panel room, and later gave me notice, and then they have removed my charging point. They made lot of claims that EV charging is hazardous and all, and I have proved them wrong with the documents from Bureau of Indian Standards, the National Electrical Code, the National Building Code, the IS 17017 standard, the Niti Aayog's handbook on EV charging, and the circulars from the Ministry of Power and the BESCOM circular and everything. So I gave them all the documents, and later some of the EV owners who are aggravated with this, EV owners like me living in apartment societies and facing this issue, they went to the Karnataka Electricity Regulatory Commission, which conducts public hearings once in a month. They went to one public hearing, and in that public hearing, even Bangalore Apartment Federation has represented. They gave their grievances, and the KERC has issued an order to all the apartments to allow private EV charging. So the order is also there on their website. Even after that order, my apartment or the so-called association is not allowing me to put a charging point. Okay. Even after having a high court order, the KERC order, sorry for being repetitive, but these are the three documents which I am quoting: KERC order, high court order, the amended Electricity Right to Consumers Act, and the BESCOM circular, which consolidates all these and gives a clear circular on how it has to be done. Even after all these documents, they are forcing me to use a common charging point. So coming to the next flaw, I have told about three flaws. The fourth flaw is the bylaws. When the builder has sold 396 apartments, he is representing only 108 out of 504, which is less than 20% of the apartments. He drafted the bylaws and then he registered it without the consent of any apartment owner. This is the voting percentage based on the apartment size and all, the deed of declaration. Then he mentions bylaws. So he has drafted and he has enforced these bylaws on us. So he has published these bylaws in this one in the deed of declaration, and which is registered in the Vartur sub registrar office. Now, this is also a point, like the sub registrar being a revenue authority has no authority to register the bylaws of an association or an association. Any association has to be registered with the competent authority, which is the registrar of cooperative societies. But the sub registrar has not checked this document and he just registered and scanned it. This mentions the bylaws, and the apartment association, the unregistered Shriram Samruddhi Apartment Association, is running based only on this document since 2007. As you can see, after the bylaws, there is a declaration form B, which has to be signed by all the owners. The least thing the builders could have done is to collect these form B documents to ask all the owners during their sale to give an undertaking, annex these form B documents to their sale deeds, and then a copy of that form B should be attached here. This is just a blank document uh, with no declarant. So none of the 396 owners have submitted their apartment to the 1972 Act or to the bylaws or to the association, which makes the association as an unregistered illegal entity. But they claim to have powers to call my car parking as society's common area, or in fact every car parking as society's common area, and they have passed a resolution saying that only one car and two bikes can be allowed. And if you want to purchase an extra car parking, you have to purchase a letter. Now, coming to that letter, okay, before coming to that letter, I want to show the sale deed of our association's first president and his letter. So, he is one of the apartment owners who has responded to my query on this one, and he gave a history of the entire mismanagement in car parking, the entire mess up that is done by the builder and the association. See, without the first thing, the association that has formed, the first thing they should have done is to confront the builder and get the DOD corrected. They never questioned the builder on why the drawings are missing in the document and why the only document that is present is not scanned properly. And then they shouldn't have accepted any other drawing other than the BD approved drawing. But unfortunately, he didn't do it. Now, coming to this one, the association's first president, this one, number 14. As per this document, and I have a certified copy of this document also, which I'm not presenting right now. So, this apartment is registered on 16th February 2007, and the apartment A402 has one covered car park. Here, the allotment is done. The sale deed is also registered in February 2007, on 16th February 2007, and this DOD document is registered on 5th September 2007. So after 6 months of this sale, the DOD is registered. But he has shared one document, this one, claiming that he shared this himself. So on August 5th, that is 1 month before the deed of declaration, he claims that he has paid 1.5 rupees extra, 1 lakh rupees extra to convert his single car parking to twin car parking. And as per this document, which is on Shriram Properties Limited and which doesn't have a reference number, as per this document, he is allotted another car parking, or he is allotted a car parking with the same number CA402, where C means covered and A402 is apartment. He claims that he has a right to park two cars, and only the people having such letters who have purchased such letters from the Shriram builders has a right to park two cars, and everyone has a right to park only one car and two bikes. And people with these letters have the right to purchase to have right to park two cars and four bikes. That is his claim. And if you see this letter, there is no number, reference number, and this is signed by a customer care executive. So I don't even know how this is a valid number. Whereas if you see the allotment number, which is mine, it has a reference and date on the same letter. On the confirmation of booking, it has a reference number. Okay, and next point is, if this letter, if this has any legal value, see the allotment is already done in February. So under what authority did the builder make a longer car parking and allotted him twin car parking after his sale deed? And if this letter has any value, this is done on August 5th. 1 month later, the DOD is registered. Why does the DOD not tell that this is the twin car parking? So this is my question to him, for which no one had a proper answer. All the answers they had was like some meaningless answer they give, saying that the builder has the authority, they bought and all. But as per the document, there is no twin car parking. So if you see CA402, his car parking, it just says covered car parking. We'll do that. So as per the document that is created by them, and as per the car parking drawing that is created later by the builder, some 55 or 56 residents have a right to park two cars, and residents like me who have not purchased the letter from the builder after the sale, we have a right only to park one car and two bikes. That is their claim. CA402, as per this Mr. Venkatesh Shenoy, only one covered car park, but he claims he can park two cars. He and 55 other people can park two cars, and other residents have to park only one car. So, because of the drawing, because of the flaws in the DOD and the committee members who have not confronted the builder, but in fact they have allowed the builder and cooperated with him. Some people even behaved like brokers of the builder to go and clamp people's vehicles to make them purchase these supplemental deeds and then these additional car parking letters. So, if you have a bigger car parking space, I'll show that. So this is another letter, another post that is made by my association's president, who was involved in clamping my letter. So as per his post, in his own words, he is saying that if you have been allotted a single car park, you are allowed to park only one car. If you need more, you either brought them from the builder or leased it from other association, but you don't clamp second car. And he's saying I don't agree. I'll definitely not agree because I purchased this line. This is what given to me, and then they are claiming that because of the scam which they did or which they have allowed the builder to do, I have to suffer, and then I have to park only one car and then take a car parking on rent from the association or from some other neighbor who has two cars. Okay, the others who felt they needed an extra one paid additionally for the same. If your car park had space to park multiple cars, you should have converted it to the builder to a dual or twin or triple car park and paid the charges for them. So these people have behaved like brokers to the builder. They used to clamp people's vehicles inside their own car park and then force them to go and purchase that letter, purchase these letters, and submit it to the association. So they were expecting the first owner of my apartment to go and purchase this letter or purchase another car park using supplemental deed. See this. They have even clamped my vehicle. The person who is having it, who purchased the second car park, he has clamped my vehicle inside my own car park, and I got it removed after giving a police complaint. So this is the RTA response and NCR copy. He was quoting some illegal rule that I can park only one car and two bikes, and then the apartment secretary has clamped my car. So I went to the police station, gave a complaint, and then got the clamp removed. This is the first incident where he didn't come to the police station to give any statement. He simply removed the clamp. And this is the second incident where the person who typed this message, he has clamped my car. First time the secretary has clamped my bike, and in the second occasion he has clamped my car. And he is claiming that I should have purchased another car parking like this. And he even sent a legal notice to me. So this is the second clamping incident where he clamped, the association president has clamped my electric car. This person, and he gave a statement saying that the car parking is common area and governed by the association and deed of declaration, which is this document. So this document, which has four major flaws, he is claiming that I am bounded by this document, to which I am not even a signatory. Didn't even know that this exists when I purchased my car parking, when I purchased my apartment. But as per this, he is claiming that I should park only one car. So this is the second clamping. So he is claiming that all the car parking is, and then he is claiming that an resolution was passed on August 2008, where the stickers will be given only for one car and two two-wheelers. He pasted a copy of the resolution, and he made an allegation that I have tampered with my sale deed and then parked two cars. So this is the one which he submitted in the court. See, this resolution is passed on based on this DOD number. BNGO Bangalore Urban VRT Vartur 3040, which is the deed of declaration. As per this, he is claiming that I cannot park two cars, and he has a right to clamp my car. And then he is claiming that I should follow the drawing that the builder has given sometime in 2015, which is not even a BDA approved drawing. So, because of all the nonsense done by these people, for there are some more documents which I can show. When I have questioned the association's president on the rules and regulations and rationale behind the car parking in 2020, this is before they have removed my charging point. So I have questioned them, and then he gave answers saying a long history of what happened and all in this. And then he claimed he gave a list of he pasted a list of the apartments and their parking rights based on the letters and supplemental deeds. I'll show one sample supplemental deed. So again, there is another point which the association, another illogical point made by the association. One side they are claiming that the entire common area belongs to the association. On the second side, they were allowing the builder to carve out new car parkings and then sell to apartment owners. So if they were the custodians and owners of the car parking, then how come the builder create and sell car parkings, and why did they accept? This one, Association Secretary Sanjay. He gave a gift deed of his. For this gift deed, he has purchased. This is one supplemental deed of the association's president in 2020. See, he purchased another car parking in 2009. So they were claiming that on 2007, after the DOD is registered, the entire car parking, I mean, all the car parkings and everything belong to the association. But if you see the schedule C here of this document, bearing this one, now he has exclusive rights in one covered and one open car parking. Okay, I'll go from the beginning of this document. See, the first sale is made in 2007. Okay, that is the principal deed. And then they say that he came and he approached the builder for an additional car parking. See, the purchaser has requested the developer for allotment of one additional open car parking, and he gave the allotment number as OM704. O means open, M704 is the apartment number. So on one hand, these people claim that the car parking, like my car parking, is society's common area, and they have a right to tell the number of vehicles I can park, my parking rights and my charging rights. On the other side, they themselves have purchased additional car parking area, which they consider this as their private area. And these sales happened from starting from 2007 and ended in 2014. So total 39 car parkings were sold with these supplemental deeds, and some people in the committee behaved like brokers to the builder to and helped him to sell the letters which I showed for additional car parking, which will convert your car parking to twin car parking, and also additional car parkings which are carved out and sold with supplemental deeds. So this is what he claims. So as per his letter, he is expecting the new committee also after he resigned and went out of the committee. He is saying that the new committee should, or he's pressurizing them to come and clamp my vehicles. See, he should be clamping his vehicles. And then he gives a history. Like he is claiming that the first owner or me, I should have gone to the builder and then purchased an additional car parking, so that these people involved in this car parking could get their brokerage for selling this. So that was the modus operandi which they have followed. Like they used to come and clamp vehicles. So first they passed a resolution that only one car and two bike stickers will be given. Then they allowed the builder to create his own car drawings, and they started. So when people started parking more vehicles within their boundaries, they started clamping them. And once your vehicle is clamped, and then you go and question the apartment, the president or anyone in the management committee, they'll give you an offer. Like you go buy and purchase this letter and submit to us, and then they will, after the purchase and submitting this proof, they'll allow them to park two cars, or otherwise approach the builder and then execute one supplemental deed. Then the builder will come with the paint box and with the paintbrush and yellow paint. He'll carve out some additional car parking anywhere in the common area and allot it to you, and then update his drawing, and the build and the association will accept that. So during from 2007 to 2014, multiple versions of this car parking drawings are made. In 2015, there was an another attempt to make. I'll show talk about that using the documents. In 2015, there was another attempt to carve out and sell 10 more car parkings. And then some residents have found that, and then they have questioned the management committee. So then the association's president or the committee member on that day, he said that let us wait for the drawings. Only then the committee can take actions. See, on 27th September 2015, Mr. Shanai, who was the association's president on that day, said that there is a variance from 2008 drawings to the current drawings which they have, and they were waiting for the builder to give another version of the drawing, and that version they will consider it as the final version. So there were issues when parking the bigger car parking guy was parking two cars. Then these people have asked him to go and purchase these additional letters and then submit to the association. And if you don't have enough space and you still want to park the second car, they've asked these people to the residents to go to the builder and then register supplemental deed and submit a proof. So all this was done as part of scam, and then which happened till 2014. In 2015, there was an attempt to sell 10 more car parks, but after the residents have confronted, they made a final version of this drawing, which is this one, and then submitted in the and then enforced this drawing on everyone. So this is the whole car parking story of Shriram Samruddhi Apartments. And when I purchased, all this scam happened before I purchased. I mean, even my first owner, he was unaware of all this. So when I confronted the association's president and secretary on their supplemental deeds, they retaliated by cutting my EV charging wire and then removing my charging point. Even today, even after I have clear orders from the Regulatory Commission, BESCOM, Karnataka High Court, and there are clear guidelines from the Niti Aayog and Ministry of Power. There are orders, there are clarifications on EV charging safety from Bureau of Energy Efficiency and everything. Even after all this, they want me to get court orders in my cases. They don't want to settle the matters. They don't want to give me a private charging point, all to satisfy their egos because I questioned this. So now I have no choice left but to take this to the media, social media, and I have to go after all these car parkings and set right many things to get what is rightfully mine. So this is happening in this Shriram Samruddhi Apartments. As you can see, these people have come and created. They removed my charging point. This is the parking slot that is allotted to me, which is very difficult to navigate. But they don't want to consider anything. They are interested in their commissions and brokerages, which they see my car parking as a missed opportunity to sell an additional parking letter for which they would have got some commission on that day when they were doing all this. And this is the apartment which is troubling me. They have disregard to fire safety, they have disregard to the government orders, they have disregard to the court orders. They believe they are on their own, and they believe that this DOD document gives them the power to override everything, the court orders, the government orders, my civil rights, the electricity rights, and they can do whatever they want because they follow this document, which is not even for which they are not even a party to. This is the reason I'm taking this issue to social media, and it has been 6 years since the suffering started. Finally, I got some injunction that I can park my vehicles in my car parking from the High Court, and my EV cases are still going on. But the issues can be resolved if they follow the High Court orders, follow the KERC order, and let me have my charging point at my own cost from my own meter. But they are hell bent to deny it and to delay the legal issues. They want to delay it and frustrate me as much as possible just to satisfy their egos and to hide this scam which they have done. I also have an RTA response from the Registrar of Cooperative Societies that Shriram Samruddhi Association has not registered the association or the bylaws with them. So they are relying only on this DOD document, which is not even registered with the correct authority. So this is what all wanted to say, and without getting too much into details, thank you. Let us hope that they get some sense and they let, I mean, they support the EV owners in the society because of their egos. They are not letting any EV owner in the society to have their charging point, and now they are creating some more common charging points. And once people start using them, they will make statements in courts and everything saying that the issue is resolved, and then the people using these common charging points have no rights for private EV charging points. So I am fighting with people, with many people. I am fighting alone with people who have infinite resources in the form of society's funds, infinite time, because most of them or some of them who are spending a lot of time on this have nothing else to do. And I am a person with limited resources and time and money, but I have to do this. I have to fight it out in court. I see no other option. I have to fight it out and get my charging point back. So these people are against EV adoption. They are creating hurdles for EV owners. They have created hazards in car parking. They have violated lot of. They have violated the sanction plans. They have violated the drawings. They have created commercial. They have given the originally given facility rooms to outside vendors to generate income to the society, for which they are not paying any commercial tax to BBMP. They don't even have permission to run commercial shops there. They have created, because of the commercial shops in the facility rooms, they had to construct facility rooms in the basement, which is suffocating and which is very difficult to use. And because of that additional construction, the car parking places which are lost in that are compensated by creating by creating congested and inconvenient car parking slots, for which I am one victim with no fault of mine. When I purchased, I've seen what was there, and then I purchased. But they are making allegations on my sale deed. They made lot of allegations on on creating and on installing an unsafe car parking EV charging, and creating a safety hazard. And they have trespassed and removed my car parking and making me fight through the court cases for two simple things which could be solved within the society. But having said all this, now I have no other option but to pursue the legal cases, which may take few more years. And they want it. They want to. They know that private EV charging is inevitable, but they want to delay it as much as possible, and they are trying everything to achieve the delay. So this is what I have to say, and thank you for this. And if anyone can give me any legal advice on how to do these things, please welcome. Please write to my email. I'll be happy to receive your help. And if people within my society can who have seen the entire statement or the entire video, maybe they can talk to the committee members and ask them to leave their egos and then resolve it, which will save everyone's money and time. Civil cases are time consuming. It takes a lot of effort to and lot of time to go to courts and get things done. But that's the only place where justice will be done without any bias. So this is my appeal to people to help me with any other documentation or in any way where I can get my charging point back and then come out of this unnecessary loop of court cases and all. But if nothing is can be done, then I'll have no other option but to escalate, which I'm doing to the courts. Thank you all. Closing the video. Thank you all.